Warning, this podcast contains graphic language. What's going on out there, MGTOW? What's going on out there, gentlemen? What's going on out there, incels? What's going on out there, the red pill men out there? Welcome to KDR, aka Kill the Riggin Podcast. MGTOW shit. If this is your first time on the podcast, guess what? It's a motherfucking shit show. Because life is a shit show. So no further ado, if this is your first time on the podcast, this is how I rock and roll this thing here. And just bear with me. So here we go, the intro. What's going on, gentlemen? What's going on? Write comments and all kinds of shit out here on the podcast. Big shout out to Australia out there, Bayman. How you doing, sir? It's freezing cold out here. It is so fucking true story. True story. I like to start with a podcast with true story because I'm your average man. All right. It's freezing. I'm conducting my own business, literally. I don't have my own business, but I'm a contractor, right? So I'm doing good in service, and I'm about to this delivery with groceries and shit like that. And I step out of my vehicle, and I slip in some fucking ice like a motherfucker. Right? I slip in that fucking ice and I cannot get up. I'm just like, I'm slipping and I can't get up. Literally, I was like, what the fuck? It took me by shock, right? But thank God that I don't have no injuries, no bone, anything, but it was a clusterfuck. I was like, holy shit. But it happened to me. It happened to me before, you know, like a year and a half ago and stuff like that. I live in the Pacific Northwest. It's dark. There's a lot of trees and shit like that. Shit happens. Shit happens, you know. So I got up and I'm just slipping and sliding. Got back to the vehicle, back it up, and then, you know, do my contract, what I was supposed to do. That's it. True story. But this time it was more shocking than previous time because previous time I could get up. This time I was like slipping and sliding, like, what the fuck? You know, but, you know, I'm good. I'm good, fam. I'm good. I'm doing good. So on this briefly podcast that I'm going to improvise out here tonight, you know, because we are men going our own way. And we understand different things and stuff like that. Some of you guys are young cats. Some of us are like middle cats. And some of you guys are old cats. You know. But, and my hope is that to provide with this podcast what is going on in my mind, not only in my mind, but what is happening, right? And just bear with me because my noodle, it gets scrambled up sometimes, just like when I fell down. Have you ever fell down in the ice and your fucking brain just like, what the fuck happened? Blah! You know what the, and then, you know, your brain gets scrambled. And it's a good thing for the noodle to go out there on the soup and get scrambled up. And, you know, as long as it don't hurt, it's fine. It just, how can I describe this, ideology? Not so much ideology, but, just bear with me. I'm trying to provide the proper word for it. It's kind of fucked up because it's kind of fucked up, but it's funny. It's fucked up if I got injured, broke my bones and stuff like that. But it gives you a realization that sometimes you got to slip, get up, slip, get up, and trying to figure out this thing, right? So that's what I'm trying to do in this podcast. It's freezing out here. So I slip, I fall, I slip, I fall. I got in the car, I backed that up, and I did my fucking shit. God damn it, motherfucker. Fuck yeah. So, all right, that's enough about me, for heaven's sake. I'm just like you fellas out here. I'm just trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. I wake up in the morning, I cook my breakfast, I'm gonna make MGTOW. I put one pants, leg at a time. I'm just your average Joe. What do they call it? Average Joe, you average whatever, right? But never mind that. So, I want to get a little bit into this economics that is happening with Donald Trump and the tariff, right? Now, just bear with me. I'm a capitalist. I believe on fair trades and stuff like that. Fair, as long as it's fair, you know. Fair trade and all this stuff. Now they got these tariff, and I don't know how this shit's gonna play out, to be honest, because I don't know the GDP of that country, the GDP of that country, or our GDP, because to be honest, it's a kind of bold move for President Trump to do this maneuver. And the reason why I tell you this, because we don't produce shit. All the country produce shit and we buy. And I get it. Because we still have these dollar standards in the United States of America. But we don't produce shit. What the fuck? We don't even have factory and shit. We do here and there. We produce a little bit things, stuff like that, whatever, right? And to put this in perspective, right? So today I'm watching the president, or not so much president, but how you call these cocksuckers out there? They're all cocksuckers with me. The Prime Minister of Canada, Trudeau. And Trudeau, he's talking in French. right? In English. And he thought about, well, since United States, and he give a verbal diarrhea. You look it up in YouTube, it's there. He gave a verbal diarrhea. We helped United States. We are allied United States. We've been there since World War II. And he wouldn't move as quickly as the fires out there in California. We sent 2 trucks out there. I don't know. I don't know how many trucks this. I don't know how fire truck came from. Excuse me. I'm sorry. From Vancouver, because I live in Washington, to California. So, I-5, the freeway I-5, it take you from Mexico to California, Oregon, Washington, and Canada. So this is the hell that I live at. The hell hole that I live at out here. What Vancouver got out there. But anyway, and he's speaking Frenchy and stuff like that. And so he gonna match the 25% of tariff. And I was like, holy shit. And then the president of Mexico is gonna do the same shit, right? We're gonna match each other and stuff. Oh, you guys want goods and services and stuff like that? Well, we're going to put 25%, same thing. And I'm thinking to myself, well, these cocksuckers, Trump, Trudeau, and the Mexican lady who's a president, believe it or not, yes, Mexico has a president who is a fucking lady or a female. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is going on here? I am not in economics. I don't get it. I do not understand it. And I'm thinking to myself, well, guess what? I do understand the knowledge when it comes down to these. I kind of get it, but I don't get it. To be honest, I get it, but I don't get it. It's just like one of those things. Because I'm a libertarian. You want to trade with me, I trade with you, this and that. No tariff and stuff like that. Shit like that. And then Trump implemented a tariff of 10% on China. Which they produce a lot of shit. Because the United States don't make shit. We don't make shit. We really don't. What the fuck we make? Fast food? I don't know. Cars and stuff. Yeah, we are like, United States, they make intelligent stuff. Computers and this and that and stuff like that. But when it comes down to physical stuff, we don't make shit. There's no factories, stuff like that out here. And it's a mind clusterfuck. I'm thinking to myself, well, Canada, 25. Mexico, 25% on tariff. And how this is going to play out. Right? And the goods and services, in my belief, is going to either increase or collapse. I don't know. I don't have one iota, but I'll tell you one thing. And I'm going to tell you this thing right now with this tariff stuff. I believe on Monday, the stock market is just going to go all hell in a handbasket. Because nobody knows what the fuck is going on. See, the stock market, they like to predict shit. Oh, we got Donald Trump. He's going to call taxes and shit like that. And then he was like, no, we're going to live on a golden age and stuff like that. between 1980. But back then, we used to make shit in the United States. We don't make shit no more. We don't. To be honest, as an American, we don't make shit. The only thing that is keeping us afloat is the dollar. That's it. That's it. Which brings me to another subject. We make good shit, like airplane. We used to make airplanes and helicopters and stuff like that, factories and shit. Which it reminds me of another business that I want to talk about here with this airplane. Right? These airplanes and stuff. I'm going to keep it real 100. So, I'm going to give you my experience since I was a young kid until formerly, right? So going to the airline, people used to dress decent, right? Decent. I had to dress well as a kid because my parent enforced me to do that, because we were a military family. We want to try travel overseas, so on and so forth. My mom, my dad make sure that we was dressed up very well, ties and all kinds of shit. I despise ties and shit to this day. I'm not like that cat, right? And moving forward, and people dress different ways and stuff like that. I traveled like, what? Last year? February last year. Commercial. It's commercial travel from Washington to Colorado. It's only 2 hours and a half, right? But I traveled in previous years from Washington to Puerto Rico, and I stopped in different airports and stuff like that. And I noticed this trend for the last 8 years, right? And between the 8 years that I traveled, right, I could tell what people dress to go to the airport and what people didn't give a fuck, right? And I've been doing this observation for many years. I can tell a family who's from India, dressing well and stuff like that. From Africa, they dress well and stuff like that. Because they got this culture that we used to have in the United States. If you go to the air, you got to have some kind of decency. To dress. And I'm not meaning like ties, but Jesus Christ. To be honest, for the last 10 years, it got from bad to worse. From bad to worse. These motherfuckers don't give a goddamn fuck. They don't give a fuck. These motherfuckers, they look like they just woke up in the morning and I'm talking about male and female too and shit like that. I seen dudes with fucking flip-flop shorts and shit going to the airport and stuff. I see bitches with their leggings and stuff like that. I go as back like 2 years ago when I visited Puerto Rico, bitches from Miami on a fucking bikini suit wear and shit. They don't give you a fuck. Last year when I flew from here to Colorado, I see these fucking motherfuckers with their hair bonnet shit. They came out of woodwork. Wake up in pajamas. I seen motherfuckers in pajamas and shit. In pajamas. House shoes. They don't have no kind of decency. And I'm not saying, dude, wear a fucking suit. At least, man, have some new clothes. Or have something decent to wear. There is, in my point of view, for the last 10 years, there is no, there is between the people who are here in the city, who catch a bus and they're dressed like they're going to go to the bus and an airplane. It's a free for all. It's insanity. It's fucking insanity. Me, when I travel, I make sure that I'm clean. I look decent. And when I mean decent, it's like different wear and different thing because, you know, something that, you know, that you didn't work out, did not walk out of your fucking apartment or house and went to a hotel and looking like crazy maniacs. Right? Now, bear with me. Just bear with me because I'm telling the truth. Now, these folks out there, since I talk about airplane, me, myself, for the last, since 9/11, to be honest, I don't trust a fucking airplane at all. When I go to an airplane, I pray to God out in the universe and stuff like that. I buckle up. One, I'm claustrophobic. I am claustrophobic. I cannot live in a condominium. I'm claustrophobic as fuck. I'm just a wild cat. So when you put me in this thunder rocket, I'm fucking sweating bullets. But I wasn't like this because I traveled as a young kid international from, you know, but for the last, since 9/11, I came petrified about this shit. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. And just bear with me because 2 airplanes went down. And I know this, the statistics is the safest way to travel. It is. It's the safest ways to travel. The numbers is there. But once you're that motherfucker, there is no running out of that bitch. If something pop off, bye-bye. You're done, son. You're done. So, and the disturbing part is in the last, especially in the last 4 years or 5 years, or 8 years that I can recollect. Oh, 10 years. I go back. Since they implemented the 9/11 ruling with the TSA and shit like that. And also, to be honest, to be real, besides me have to go to an airplane and dealing with maniacs out there, right? I got to deal with maniacs before I board. Literally, maniacs, psychotic folks. And for some reason, my last name is different. I'm surprised the last time that I flew, it was last year to Colorado. But I got this bad luck. Mr. So-and-so, come over here. Well, let me take you back. So, I got to go to TSA, wait in a fucking line like cattle, right? My last experience was last year in Colorado, from Seattle to Denver, because my sister lived in Denver. So, and they've been doing this for years, okay? So I know the game. I travel. I hate it like a bitch. I hate traveling in an airplane like a fucking bitch. I wish I was a millionaire so I can go to my private jet and just go to my destination. But I'm not a millionaire. I'm just your average Joe, right? So you got to go out there on the app, print your ticket and stuff like that. You go to the TSA got to look at your fucking ID, scan your ID, and then after that, you got to out there corral like cattle and go back and forth and zigzag and shit. You know, the last time that I traveled to Colorado, I got dizzy because I worked before I went out there, because my parents and my sister and everybody was meeting together, right? And I got dizzy and shit. I thought I was going to pass out. Yeah, it was Mother's Day, some shit like that. Almost a year ago. Yeah, it was less than a year. Less than a year ago, yeah. It was May. So February, yeah. Less than a year ago. So, couple months ago. 10 months ago, whatever the fuck, right? And I'm zigzagging and shit. I didn't eat because I don't eat shit. So I'm zigzagging with the rest of these people out there and stuff like that. Right? You've been there. You know this shit. It's utter bullshit. But it is what it is. And then you go to this metal detector. You don't have nothing, right? But not this time, but previous time. And a lot of time. For me, Mr. So-so, come over here. I'm like, what the fuck? I never been a criminal. I don't have no felonies. I don't have shit. And they take me in a fucking room out there, right? Oh, we got all your luggage and stuff. You can open it up and stuff like that. And then they pat me down and they do extra shit just because they pick up of out of nowhere, right? Then after they take off your luggage and shit like that, and they pat you down and stuff, oh, you free to go. I'm like, motherfucker. Fuck you, motherfucker. But I don't say that shit. My mind, I'm fucking pissed as a motherfucker. Because if we on the streets, it's a whole different game. Right? It's a whole different game. But let's follow. Let's go. Let's go to our destination. And everybody being there. If I'm talking to you, you know what the fuck you've been in a situation or not. I don't know. But as for me, they isolated me and put me in some fucking room out there and let me go. Right? I'm lucky like that. Okay, fine, dandy. That's for another perspective. I don't trust the fucking pilots. Nowadays, fuck no. I don't trust the fucking pilots. I don't trust the crew. I don't trust the people that put the luggage underneath the airplane. I don't trust the air control people. I don't trust a motherfucking nobody out there. You know why? They are overworked and underpaid. To be real. And half of these motherfuckers, they have fucking drugs and shit anyways. And half of these motherfuckers, they took the jab and shit. You don't know what the pilot is going to have a heart attack and shit. I'm a realist, man. And the stewardess, bunch of skank ass bitches too. I had a stewardess sit next to me from Miami to Puerto Rico. And she talking about, where in Puerto Rico you gonna go? And they, because stewardess, they're nice and shit. They're supposed to be nice and stuff. Oh, and she flirting with me and stuff like that. I'm like, Stewardess, they are the biggest cock riding carousel. These bitches land anywhere in the world and they can ride a cock carousel. Oh, stewardess? Shit. And they're lonely too. They out there in hotels and stuff like that. And not only that, they age drastically because due to the fact of the elevation. But the stewardess, they love that cock carousel. They ride it all the way down. All the way down. All the way down to Chinatown. Oh yeah, those are the biggest skanks. They are fucking skanks. And when for the last 2 days with this, you know, I feel bad for those people who die on those airplanes. I really do. I really do, but the first one, since I'm talking about, it's a death trap to me. Being in an airplane is a death trap to me. Especially nowadays. Like I mentioned previously, I don't know the captain of the plane. He's having a bench of cocaine and stuff like that. I don't know the stewardess what she's doing. I don't know what the co-pilot is doing. I don't know the maintenance man who's doing out there and shit like that. The luggage guy, they are overworked and fucked up and shit, and they don't get paid enough and stuff. I don't know, man. Look, listen. This DEI bullshit. I know about this stuff a long time ago, right? Because I used to work really close to Boeing. I live really close to Boeing. Where they make American airplanes. And the Boeing shit is falling off. We manufacture airplanes out here. They have to call Boeing airplane off. Because they manufacture and shit. Look it up. Look the shit up. It's insanity. When you're in a death box, listen, I've been in shootouts. I've been in accidents. I've been in all kinds of bullshit. Once you're in a death box, man, you done, son. You done. You are fucking done. They're going to find your skull like 15,000 miles away on a lake. You're done. But anyways, I'm being a little bit hyperbolic. Hey, y'all. You know, I'm being hyperbolic, but yeah, I mean, nowadays, it's just like, fuck, dude, it's like, god damn, I got to jump on this fucking plane and all this shit, and all this twisting and all this stuff and stuff like that. You know? Oh yeah. Before I end up the podcast, two things it doesn't make any fucking sense in aviation within this week. Two things it doesn't make any fucking sense in aviation. My dad called me from Puerto Rico, and he's military retired, right? United States Army, Master Sergeant. And I was like, did you saw what the fuck happened with the Black Hawk and hitting the airplane? And I'm trying to talk to him. It was like, maybe it was a miscommunication and stuff like that. He's like, no, because I've been in Afghanistan, I've been in Iraq and stuff like that. and those helicopters can go sideways and shit like that. They can pause, they can do this stuff. And I was like, yes, I know that. Because I live right here, right next to the military base. I see Black Hawks, I see all kinds of shit out here. And I was like, yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And he was like, I think this guy, whoever put that the helicopter against the airplane, it was a suicide mission shit. But like I say, we got to wait and find out what took place. And she's like, he was correct. He's like, yeah, we have to wait all the pieces and stuff like that, what took place, this and that and stuff. But his intuition is correct like I was, because that shit don't make any fucking sense. To have a Black Hawk on a fucking airport at night. Listen, gentlemen, I live really close from a military base out here. 2 bases, Air Force and Army. 2 miles away, I see Black Hawks. I see all kinds of shit out here. Chinooks, airplane, jets, stuff like that, all day, all night. I drive I-5, I see all kinds of shit out here. And just like he said, he's like, no, it wasn't only communication. Somebody out there was on a mission to do that. Because I asked, did you saw the videos? Yes, I saw the video. And like, he was like, no. Because those Black Hawks, and I've been plenty of them. I never been a Black Hawk. He's been. They can maneuver. He was in Afghanistan, Iraq, and shit like that. And he knows it. Like, these Black Hawks can stop, drop, wait, and shit. He knows this shit because he's been in it. And I'm like, thank you, Dad, because that did not make any fucking sense. To run into the fucking airplane. So I'm good. Call me conspiracy theory. I'm good, fam. I don't know what took place, but we're going to figure it out. The other scenario, since I'm talking about airplanes and shit like that, you got a VVAC out there. It was traveling from whatever, and from Philly, which they got the Children's Hospital in Philadelphia. And according to everything that I read, they are Mexican citizens. They travel from, I think it was Wichita or whatever the fuck. Wyoming, or I don't know what the fuck. They made it stop to Philly, they're going back to Mexico. And shit like that. That's what I read. But have you seen the video? This motherfucker just went nose down. Just like nose down. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on in this bitch? You know? See, the good thing about this modern age that we live at, that everybody got a camera and everybody going to record this stuff. So whatever is happening, they're going to figure it out. Because there's that out there. There's black bucks. There's this. There's, they figured out, these engineers with airplanes and aerodynamics and stuff like that. They figure this shit out. They will figure this shit out quickly. But the reason I talk about this topic because it's like I'm trying to make common sense. That's it. Just common sense. And like I mentioned previously in the podcast, with the tariff, with Trump, I'm trying to make common sense. That's it. With these two airplanes went down within 2 days of each other, I'm trying to make common sense. How this, that. How this tariff is going to work out. What took place of this airplane crashing all of a sudden. Right? Now, my common sense is that, right? And I have to wait what the science say, meaning the parts, this, that, the investigation, because I got to give credit what credit's due. The investigators, they figured this thing out, what took place, this and that, but you have to give it time. Usually between 1 month or 2 months, what took place in these crashes is stuff like that, The engineer will figure it out. They will figure it out because, that's what we do out here. They're going to pull all the pieces together and figure out what took place between the Black Hawk and the airplane on DC and what took place on Philadelphia. Now, my conspiracy theory mind thinking about, if it smells like shit, guess what? It's shit. And I'm going to be 100% with this shit. If it smells like shit, it is shit. See, I can have a conversation with my dad about this stuff. But I have a conversation with you. Now, my conspiracy theory is like, well, guess what? What the fuck took place here? What kind of shadow government did this trickery and maneuver and stuff? Now, since I'm talking about conspiracy theory, I know for a fact that airplanes, helicopter can be controlled. Yes. By destination and ordinance. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. That's my conspiracy theory. Let's wait. But my conspiracy theory that airplane can be controlled like a drone. Like a drone, you can control it and stuff like that and shit. They can be. A backdoor on those devices, on those airplanes and helicopter. This is my conspiracy theory. To be honest, I listened to recording. I listened to the recording because the recording's out there. The recording is out there. The recording is out there for people to listen what took place before the crashes in both crashes. Between the tower and the pilots. The one, the first one in DC, right? I was like, maybe, right? Because I'm so fucking, I don't believe shit, right? But maybe it was an accident, okay? Maybe, they do. I have to go and look some stuff up. They do practice and stuff like that. And the one in DC, well, guess what? The day prior, a fucking Black Hawk missed an airplane by really short. And the day after that, the Black Hawk hit an airplane. It's there. Look it up. Look it up. Now, the one in Philly, it just like came just straight down. And how in the fuck an airplane go just straight down? Just straight down. Like a missile. It don't happen. It doesn't happen like that. Either someone guided the airplane to go straight down, or it was some kind of backdoor where they can manipulate and control the airplane. It doesn't happen, dude. A fucking airplane don't go straight down like a bullet. No. He don't. He fucking don't. That's the problem then. You can't trust these motherfuckers. You don't know what kind of maniac pilot decided to go, he got divorced and shit. Especially with the DEI stuff. Oh my God, it has come so fucking crazy. See, just bear with me. Just bear with me. When the one in DC took place, Donald Trump, he was very, very, to be honest, he was very truthful about it. He was. We got incompetent people doing incompetent jobs with the DEI and stuff like that. And in the last administration, they were talking about having retarded people, literally like retarded people on tower control and stuff like that. He was very transparent about it, right? But I think they put that on the last week Joe Biden left just to fuck with people. But you can't fuck with people's life, and you cannot fuck with you know with particular field that that you have to be the best who you are, you know. He mentioned this shit, and I have to look it up for myself. He mentioned the websites and stuff. I'm like, oh my Lord, Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? It's bad enough that the passengers look like shit. Like I mentioned previously, the passengers look like shit. God knows what the pilots, co-pilots, and the stewardess and shit having an orgy and having all this shit and doing all kinds of drug and stuff, and they gotta fucking fly an airplane. Who knows? It's bad enough that the people look like shit. If the people look like shit, guess what? The rest of the crew is gonna look like shit. Who built the airplane is gonna look like shit, or they're gonna be shit. It's unbelievable, my fellas. You know, and just bear with me. I'm still trying to figure this thing out. What took place in these last 2 years, because it doesn't make no sense. It really doesn't. It doesn't make no fucking sense at all. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to this gentlemen out there, they're gonna figure it out. What took place, what this and that, you know, this and that. You know, United States, we're not dumb, man. We're not dumb. We figure things out. We are a very smart country. We figure this thing out. We will figure out what took place. Now, putting back my conspiracy theory hat with my aluminum foil on top with a cherry on it. To be honest, and like I said previously, it doesn't add up. And the president got elected 2 weeks ago, and then all of a sudden, 2 airplanes went down. 2. God knows in the next week, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you understand, if you're an American citizen, you have to understand this thing. There's a deep state. There is a deep fucking state who want to maneuver and control everything. Once you realize there's a deep state between banking and so on and so forth, the better you're going to be. And the deep state, they will not go out without a fight. Oh, yeah. Too much money to make. There's too much money to make for them. Once you realize there's a deep state in the United States with NGOs and so on and so forth, we're not in Kansas anymore, my friend. My own belief, my own conspiracy theory, as I'm speaking to you right now, gentlemen, call me crazy, call me nuts. But for now, I think, just a thought, I think this a government incorporation civil war. Between the government and the corporations. To put this in perspective, right? So you don't think I'm nuts when Donald Trump got elected. Who was out there? Bezos, Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, who else? All these cocksuckers out there and shit on the inauguration. There's a deep fucking state in the government for many, many years. It's been like this. It's been like this. Beware of the military complex. Do you think for a minute that all these cocksuckers out there kissing Donald Trump ass for nothing? No. No. It's business. United States is not a fucking democracy. We are a republic followed by a constitution. And we are a corporation. On a global scale. Yeah, welcome to my world. It's very complex. It's very confusing. But all I'm trying to do is connect the dots. That's it. Just a humble man out here. trying to connect this dot, what took place in this place, what took place in that place. And to be honest, it doesn't affect me one iota. It don't affect me. I still got my place. I still got my vehicles. I still got my money. I still got my health. I'm just putting on here for perspective. That's it. When I'm on my crib, I'm good, son. I got my gun. I got shit. But I realize as soon as I step out the door, guess what? As soon as I step out of my door, one thing is going to take place. And let's put this in perspective. I know I'm getting off a little bit of the conversation or the previous topic, but as for me, and I hope that you fellas realize this shit. As soon as I step out of my door, I don't know if I'm going to come back. I don't know. But I know one thing. I'm going to spend money. It doesn't matter what. I'm going to spend, as soon as I walk out my door, I'm going to spend money. Meaning gas, this, that, whatever. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I say it's a good thing. Because when I got sick with my eyes and stuff like that, I didn't spend no money. But I didn't make no money. But I know for a fact, as long as you're healthy, dude, you walk out your apartment, your house, your condo, your trailer, your tent, and stuff like that. When you walk out of that bitch, you know you have to spend some money on something. That's how life is. Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you. I'm kind of fatigued and stuff like that. But like I always say, peace. Stay MGTOW. Excuse me. I will catch you next podcast, live stream, or video. Let the universe be with you.